drinking?
Beer.
What?
Beer, yeah. Just kidding. It's blueberry drink. It's blueberry sausage.
What?
Blueberry sausage, vanilla, strawberry, blue. It's a blue kind of drink. It's that stuff. It is really good. You should try some.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. But don't drink all of it. Okay? Is it good?
Ooh, yeah. Tasty.
It's a little sour to me.
Is it?
Yeah, is it to you a little bit?
A little bit. Who got it for you?
No one did. I just got it myself when Daddy was at the store with me.
Did you buy it yourself?
Yeah.
With your dollars?
I don't have no dollar. I forgot my dollar.
They're in your wallet, right?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're in my wallet. Yeah.
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, Brian. Welcome back, everyone, to Sunset Rants. I'm your host, Biddy. I'm here with Brian, the actual producer. Thank you for finally being upfront with who you actually are, the one who puts this show together for everybody. Thinks really hard about it all day and puts together a beautiful show. Thank you all in the audience for joining us again. And happy Monday. We made it through.
I tell you what, it's been a rough weekend for a lot of us. And the content of today's show is going to demonstrate that. And I'm going to admit to you, I'm under the weather, and I'm really kind of forcing myself to be on camera because there's something I want to say. So that's why you've got me tonight, not Nevessa. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And thank you for being here with me. I just really spent the whole weekend just trying to keep, kind of meditate a little bit. And I watched a bunch of really beautiful videos that are surrounded by faith and people returning to faith and all the beautiful vigils everywhere. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, just crying and crying and crying and crying. I'm still, my eyes are swollen. I could barely speak all day today. I got my lozenges here. But yeah, so we have a bunch of stories for you as always. And we hope you enjoy the show. Let's just kind of kick it off.
All right. So we'll go ahead and bring this up here. If I can remember how to push buttons. Oh, derp. I already had it loaded. This one comes at you from CBS News, and there's a whole lot of stories about this. Honestly, anyway, I'll just get into it. Washington, Vice President J.D. Vance hosted the Charlie Kirk Show Monday after Kirk was shot and killed last week at the Utah Valley University. Vance announced get this out of the way. Vance announced on Sunday in a post on X that he had the honor of hosting Charlie Kirk's show to pay tribute to my friend, speaking from the White House Office Complex Monday. Vance said he was filling for somebody who cannot be filled in for as he kicked off the show. But I'm going to try to do my best. Let's see. Yeah, we know that Vice President escorted Kirk's body back home on Air Force Two. But really, I want to get into the meat of this story. Oh yeah, Kirk is going. The president announced that Kirk is going to be awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Where is? Oh, here we go. During his show Monday, Vance urged that we make sure that our killer is brought to justice, previewing discussions of what he called incredibly destructive movement of left-wing extremism that has grown up over the past few years. I believe is part of the reason why Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, who's among the guests on the show, echoed the statement saying, "We're going to channel all of our anger that we have an organized campaign that led to this assassination, uproot and dismantle the terrorist networks."
Yeah, and that's the scary thing is there are a lot of terrorist networks as they're now investigating Discord and the chat rooms that the assassin allegedly frequented, and other people that are in there that were saying the most heinous things and were making threats, and even some posts about Charlie Kirk is coming to the university tomorrow, and you'll see, and all this other kind of stuff. So they're definitely looking into that. And this kind of spans really far and wide. I was just watching a little bit of Tim Pool before we came on because they start at 8 p.m., of course. And they had mentioned the 764 network and things like that go on Roblox, and kind of speak to your children, because you think of Roblox as a video game for kids. Trying to radicalize as many as possible, among other things, of course, but just, spewing hate and kind of nurturing monsters. And, this is something that needed to be addressed a long time ago. And hopefully now they'll get serious about really looking into this. And they may have before, maybe they didn't tell us what they were doing, but they really need to look into this, because you take people that have a chip on their shoulder, maybe kind of already on the brink of something, and they just continue to nurture that chip until they become a full blown, like, ready-made, hurt somebody or worse. And if that kind of network and these kind of things, they can keep going, and your parents, you just give your kids a laptop or a tablet and they go in the other room. You don't know what's going on in there. You should, but you don't know. And they're just quietly in there, just chatting discussions and things like that. They may not even be talking, so you don't hear it. They're just typing it. You don't know what's going on in there. And I hope that this kind of thing is waking up a lot of parents across the nation and the world, that they really need to pay attention to what's being taught to them in school and take it seriously. What's happening on these platforms. Really got to stop allowing other people raise your children, because the assassin wasn't a child, but he was a young adult, and this didn't happen. This radicalization didn't happen overnight. This was something that just kept growing until this. And I'm glad that Vice President Vance said what he said, because we can't keep light-footing everything. We have to call it for what it is.
Okay. I don't know what happened. That was not the CBS story I had in the outline. But anyway,
but we can segue into the CBS story, because it all fits together basically.
Actually, I've got a better AP story anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to hear something real quick that was really sweet, because I told you I was like on social media and I was seeing a lot of people throwing their support to Charlie Kirk, even people that weren't big fans of his. And there's this like growing trend of many different things. And of course, the number one is a lot of people are returning to church because of Charlie. But one of the really sweetest things that I've noticed is because Charlie Kirk at one of his debates, he had these two girls came up and asked him the sweetest question. They said, you know, we noticed that you always have a Starbucks cup. And they wanted to know what his Starbucks order was. And he said it was a mint majesty with 2 honeys because he talks for 14 hours a day. He constantly loses his voice. He also uses lodges and things like that. So people are making videos of them going to Starbucks, ordering this exact thing and giving the name Charlie because, you know, you give your name to Starbucks to put on the cup. And I just thought that was so sweet. Such a small gesture, but.
I'm not going to read the story, but this story from the AP lays out a lot of people have been getting in trouble and losing their jobs because they've been reported by, you know, whoever to have had very negative reaction. You know, he got what he got what he deserved. He got what was coming to him, kind of a deal. And many of these people are healthcare providers. They are airline pilots. Yeah, they are network news pundits.
Secret
they
Service.
are public school teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Responsible for molding your kids' minds. And that's that basically what we've come from. We've come from what the lesson I've taken is those people want me dead. That's the lesson that I've taken. And especially, I want to address. I found a story I don't have readily available. A story of an Army officer, a colonel, who has been suspended, probably pending administrative separation. Mm-hmm. Because listen, I served 22 and a half years in uniform. I understood when I put that uniform on, I kind of gave up the rights that I was defending. Okay. I had to keep my opinions measured on social media. I would never, you know, use my clout as an Army officer to promote, you know, any idea or anything that's outside of, you know, the Army norms. And right now there's another one, Amy McGrath. She's a retired USMC helicopter pilot. And she's out there laying down this garbage, and she's telling service members that they really got to look out for their rights here. You know, with all due respect, Ms. McGrath, I'm not sure what your rank was, but I think you missed some key lessons when you got commissioned at Quantico. Maybe you were sick that day. Maybe you're on sick call, you know, and they told you about proper civil military relations and the fact that you do you do lay aside your rights while you serve. I guess she missed that day.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy too, because they will try and point the finger at us like, oh, who's doing the cancel culture now? It's not about that. It's about common sense, because at first my initial, like in a second thought, I was like, oh gosh, like that's what they're going to say, is that we're embracing this cancel culture. But immediately I was like, no, this is not about you saying that you follow Christ and you believe that marriage is between a man and a woman, that you believe that not believe that biologically you are a man or you are a woman, and you can't switch that no matter how many times you go under the knife or how many pills and things that you put in your body. This is you being a teacher, telling young kids that it's basically okay what happened to Charlie, that because he spoke words are violence, and if you retaliate with violence, it's equally measured. That's what they're basically telling them. Then you have people in the medical industry that you, God forbid, I heard Tim say something like this. God forbid you have to go to the hospital and you have an American flag tattooed on your shoulder, or you have, something like that, freedom of speech or anything like that tattooed, and you go under the knife and you have this person who's celebrating the death, the heinous, horrible
And
assassination
you're going to put your lives in their hands.
and you're going to put your lives in their hands. We cannot have these people in these positions that are psychotic like this. We just can't, and when you go to a job and you apply for something, you put your best foot forward, you dress nicely, you're trying to come off as professional as possible, even temper depending on the job that you're going for. And then you have this job and then you do this, you're cackling, you're cheering, you're putting these terrible posts that he deserved it and that you're happy about it. And or it's worse, people calling for, other deaths and things like that. Yeah, you deserve to lose your job. You do not deserve to be in that position, because if this was happening before you got that job, you wouldn't have got that job. There's a lot of companies now that they look at your social media footprint before they hire you. My own manager told me that they're doing that in our company as well. So yes, you deserve to lose your job. I'm sorry. And you need to really, really get right with God, because you have a demon inside you. I don't care where you fall on the spiritual thing. That is something evil that is inside you that you really need to look at. And you don't need to be holding a scalpel while you're coming to terms with that or teaching young children. So yes, I fully co-sign. I agree with this. And I just want to say one happy thing. There was a New Jersey surgeon who cheered Charlie Kirk's murder in New Jersey and resigned. And initially they suspended the nurse who called him out on it. And it was basically, they retaliated against her for calling out the surgeon for what he did. They reinstated that nurse and they forced the surgeon to resign. So there is a happy conclusion to that, because that was going all over where she was basically put on leave or set aside because she had the guts to call out her superior for being so evil and so hateful. So, I see a shift, and everybody does too. And if you can't look at what happened and just say, even if you didn't agree with him, you could say, I didn't agree with anything he said, but he did not deserve to die. If you can't just come to that, then you need to rethink what's going on in your brain. You really do.
Right. Well, you want to take us to the TikTok story?
Sure. All right, you guys. So coming to you from Politico, Trump administration says it reached framework deal to keep TikTok running in the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on Monday announced that the U.S. and China have reached a framework for a deal with the Chinese government to keep TikTok, the popular Chinese-owned social media company, available in the U.S. Quote, we have a framework for a TikTok deal, Bessent told reporters Monday in Madrid, where he was meeting with Chinese trade officials. Quote, the two leaders, President Trump and party chair Xi, will speak on Friday to complete the deal, but we do have a framework for a deal with TikTok. Bessent and other leading economic officials from the U.S. and China met in Madrid starting Sunday, the latest in a series of meetings in which the two countries are working to resolve differences on trade, export controls, and U.S. law passed late last year that bans TikTok in a bid to pressure the company that owns the app to sell to an American owner. President Donald Trump has delayed the law from going into effect 3 times as his administration negotiates with China. While Bessent said the two sides discussed other issues, including export controls, the talks were focused mainly on TikTok. The Treasury Secretary said officials from the two countries would meet again in about a month as part of ongoing trade negotiations. Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer did not go into detail Monday at the press conference about how the framework deal on TikTok's ownership will work. A White House official granted anonymity to share details that they have not yet been made public. Said the commercial terms have been agreed to between private parties, but the finalization of the deal is dependent on Trump's call with China's leader Xi Jinping on Friday, during which the two leaders will discuss details. And it's not clear what this means for Wednesday's deadline for TikTok to be sold or banned, or whether Trump will issue another extension before his call with Xi. I mean, I guess he would have to if like the ban expires Wednesday. He's going to have to. I mean, in the past, I think it was 90 days every time he extended it. So I'm guessing maybe that. I don't know if he would just do like a week, if he's planning to meet with them on Friday.
I mean, who knows? You know, the funny thing is, this probably would have been the big story of the day without all the Charlie Kirk stuff. But
yeah. I mean, you know, and the big question is like, who's going to own TikTok, like in the United States?
It's some of the noise I've seen. It's looking like it's going to be Larry Ellison of Oracle is part of some kind of consortium that's going to take over the TikTok United States operations. That's what's out there in the ether on that.
Okay, and the whole idea of this to kind of force divestiture to allow for a United States company to own part of it, is it basically just about the data? Even though, you know, there was that whole discussion about ByteDance and, you know, being like a United States company and this and that data was never really threatened? Or is it going to include things like being more lenient on free speech, being more in line with, you know, what our rights are here in this country? Or if it's because it's a platform that kind of goes out globally, are the people on TikTok expected to still have to censor themselves? Are conservative voices on there going to have to worry about getting deplatformed? They constantly are complaining about that. They don't really say anything, you know, they don't call to violence or do anything like that. They might question certain things and they would get deplatformed, but then you have like these crazy people cackling about what happened to Charlie Kirk and they don't get deplatformed. So, you know, there is kind of like a double standards, you know, on that platform specifically. So I wonder if that if it does, you know, the deal does go through, is it going to be kind of like different on there in that regard?
I mean, I'm sure United States users will see some kind of they'll see differences when it goes through, because I would assume that an American corporation taking over would mean the servers have to be here in the United States, the actual physical fucking. So maybe cross-linked with you know, internet's the internet, but you know, I'm pretty sure that's the thing, because actual control of the damn data is the
more
problem.
American eyes on it. Yeah.
You know, and I don't want my data sitting on a Chinese cloud server. That's just not cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, a lot of people don't even want TikTok to stay around, you know, that's I know I was just reading Erin in the chat. She was saying, I'm just over TikTok. It provides no positive service to humanity. There is a lot of toxicity on that platform for sure. I mean, it's crazy, but you know, it also depends on your, like what you click on and stuff, because I don't encounter any craziness, because all this, like the stuff that I encounter, it's a lot of patriotic people. I never use it. It's a lot of people talking about Jesus Christ. A lot of people, you know, it's like, because this is the stuff that I watch in full and bookmark or like. So I don't get inundated with a lot of stuff, but it is geared to whatever you click on. So if you are going down that realm, and this can happen on any server, if you're going down that realm.
The first thing I did when I bought this phone was delete TikTok.
Oh, it came like automatic on the phone?
It came pre-installed. Yeah, the app did. Yeah.
That's wild. Well, I mean, maybe that has to be some kind of deal that they made at some point. But yeah. Right. I mean, I know a lot of people on TikTok, they do make their money on it. They use it as like a form of like where they get their money from. So I'm sure they're going to be happy about it, that it's not going to go away. But it does need some sort of regulation. There's a lot of really crazy stuff that's going on. And I'm not talking about regulation as far as like, you know, overall censorship, because they already have that, but just trying to figure out
there needs to be some U.S. government FCC,
Yeah.
or not,
Like
not
if you're under a
FCC,
certain age, you can't
but
even view certain things.
yeah,
Like, yeah.
yeah, supervision. I would say supervision.
And in moderation. I mean, everybody, myself included. I mean, we're
Yeah.
just terminally online, like just like so many people have said, like, get off the phone for just a minute, go out there and touch grass. Like it's become so bad that we're, the news is nonstop, the craziness is nonstop, and it's just going in our heads and going in our heads. And like, it's, you have to regulate yourself. You have to regulate the amount of time your kids spend on these things. You have to find out what it is that they're looking at. Maybe even have the discussion about whether or not you want to give them a phone until they get to a mature age and they show you that they have some discernment. Like, it may be different for some families. Like, you may have a 15-year-old and you say they got a good head on their shoulders, I'll give you a phone, but you can only be on it for, this amount of time. You can't take it to school with you. You can have it for like an hour or two after you finish your homework, and that's it. And, I'm going to look at your history before you go to bed. Like, I don't know, something has to change, because it's just too much. But, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with that. I guess by Friday we'll know. By Wednesday even we'll know if there's an extension, and by Friday we'll know if there's a deal.
For sure, for sure.
All right.
Well, the world keeps being still not a great place, dangerous place. Why was it not coming up? You can do it. Oh, I got to add the stage. Dumbass. This comes at you from ABC News, London. Polish President Karol Nawrocki. That Polish name is way too pronounceable. He needs to add some more consonants to that. Anyway, on Sunday, signed a classified decree permitting permanent NATO troop in Poland as part of Eastern Century, the alliance's new operation to defend against Russian drone attacks following last week's incursion into craft in Poland. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte announced a new operation on September 12th, 2 days after at least 19 drones crossed the Polish airspace during large-scale Russian attack on Ukraine. At least 3 of the drones were shot down, Warsaw said, with Polish F-16 and Dutch F-35 jets scrambled to respond. Yeah. I can't figure out what game Putin is playing at. Is he trying to deliberately draw NATO into World War III? Is that what he's trying to fucking do? That's don't make no sense. Don't make no sense at all.
No, it doesn't. I know they had asked President Trump about that. It said, because they were asking, like, could it have been a mistake or whatever? And it said, like, it's possible drones could have been fired at Ukraine and then maybe diverted, and, some kind of jamming might have happened, or, like something like that. But he said he would condemn it even for being too close, like near that line, that he don't like it and he's not happy about it. Polish authorities have insisted that the incursion was intentional, so that's their stance on it.
Oh, and there was another incident today. It wasn't on the border either. It was in Warsaw. There were drones. They found military-grade drones taking pictures in Warsaw, and they tracked the signal down to a couple of Belarusians that were nearby. So,
and of course it's Warsaw, right? Of course Warsaw. It's that area. Like, yeah. Just like as we're all hoping that World War III doesn't spark, then this is going on there. I know NATO's top commander, American General Alexis Grinkovich, spoke in Brussels about this, saying the key to this Eastern Century that they're doing is entirely new defense design, that this is going to be a comprehensive integrated approach. And with additional resources, we'll be able to plug gaps in the line. We will be able to concentrate forces where we need to defend at the moment of a particular threat. and we will have much better communication across the entire eastern flank. Even just that word, just like the flank, just you think about Donald Tusk, the Prime Minister of Poland, said on X, we would also wish that the drone attack on Poland was a mistake, but it was not, and we know it. It's just crazy thinking like world leaders just like posting on X and just like us hearing their it's probably not them typing anyway, they maybe say something and they have people just like we've seen with Trump, like he just talks to people and then they post exactly what he says,
Right. What else we got going on here?
And they're basically pulling out, like, it's Article 4, right? This is kind of like the stage that we're in. They're invoking
right. That's right before we get to Article 5, which is
that's the precursor to Article 5. Yeah.
Yep. That's why I'm so not cool, man. This is not cool. This is dangerous as hell.
I know the Poland gave Ukraine about 5% of its GDP, which is like $45 billion, among other things, and other resources.
I mean, honestly, Poland is happy. I'm pretty sure Poland is happy to let the Ukrainians tie down, the Russian army. They're very happy to let them do that. But, I mean, Poland, they have become, as a habitual line crosser likes to call them, little European Texas. And man, that's a bear the Russians just don't want to poke, and they're poking it. And I just don't understand.
I don't either, because it's like you think, have you just like completely lost your mind, Russia, or do you think that you actually can take on every nation that's part of NATO? Like, is that what you think? Like, I don't know, unless it was a mistake, but a lot of people, Poland for one, which is like the most important part of this because they're the one who's, pulling for Article 4.
Right.
They believe that it wasn't a mistake, and they've said so a couple of times now.
Okay, so the other thing that happened over the weekend, one of the news vans covering the Charlie Kirk event, they found bombs planted on it. They didn't go off, thankfully. But yeah, you want to take that one on, Biddy?
Sure. So from ABC News, a Utah man arrested after explosive device found under news media vehicle. He's facing terrorism charges after being arrested for placing an incendiary device under a news media vehicle in Salt Lake City, according to authorities. Adib Nasir, 58, of Magna, Utah, was arrested Sunday on suspicion of placing the explosive device, which was lit but failed to function, according to police. On Friday, Salt Lake City Police Bomb Squad and Unified Fire Authority Arson Bomb Squad responded to a suspicious device placed underneath a news media vehicle parked next to an occupied building, which was found to be real. Nasir faces 9 charges, including 2 counts of weapon of mass destruction and 2 counts of threat of terrorism. The news media vehicle involved in the incident belonged to Salt Lake City's Fox affiliate KSTU. Quote, Fox 13 News is working closely with law enforcement and our risk management team with the safety of our employees as our top priority. That was KSTU station manager Leona Wood, who told ABC News in a statement. The Federal Bureau of Investigation assumed primary jurisdiction over the investigation and served a federal search warrant at the residence on Saturday with the help of local authorities' bomb squads. Quote, the FBI discovered what appeared to be potentially hazardous material that could pose a threat to public safety. After the FBI's initial investigation, 2 suspects were associated with the incident. Both resided at the same residence where the search warrant was served. The second individual was listed as a deal in Nasir's probable cause summary, and arrest documents have not been found at this time for that person. The relationship of the 2 individuals has not been released. The initial, this is a quote, the initial FBI search warrant authorized the seizure of evidence specifically related to the incendiary devices. Documents said squad members cleared the home, found 2 hoax weapons of mass destruction. So yeah, so then I was actually listening to the ABC correspondent. They said that when authorities found the suspects at their home, they found a pair of devices that appeared to be explosives as well. And the suspects actually outright told them those are real bombs that could potentially detonate. So of course they had to respond in kind. They cleared out the entire neighborhood, swept through the scene. It turned out, however, those were hoax devices, so false alarm there. But authorities said they did find other explosives, firearms, and illegal narcotics inside the home.
Okay, to address the chat, yes, here's the difference between an incendiary device and explosive device. An incendiary device is designed to either start a fire or just burn itself, very hot, very intense. Think a thermite grenade. That's an incendiary. Whereas an explosive goes boom. And so think a regular hand grenade is an explosive device. So that's the difference.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Brian. And by the way, I just wanted to say, hey, Funk Master General, thank you so much for gifting 5 more memberships.
Way to go, Funk Master. You are the man.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Hardy, burn versus boom. Exactly. Exactly right. But yeah, so I guess, there's no clear motive yet. They haven't released that.
Well, with names like that, I'm sure they're white supremacists, probably part of some ultra right-wing militia somewhere. That's a joke. That's a joke.
But yeah, so I mean, I know they're working tirelessly. I mean, listen, the FBI is, I don't know, hopefully they're not spread too thin. I mean, they're all over, there's so much happening, especially just in Utah alone, over the past week. And they had something that happened in Colorado. It's just everywhere.
Cash might send Bongino out there just to oversee this investigation personally.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so Nasir was booked into Salt Lake County Jail in order to be held without bail, according to documents. So, as we always say, we shall see. More to come. If there's anything substantial that we need to update you guys on, we'll definitely do that.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to talk about something different.
Yes, let's do it.
Let me get it all set up the way it's supposed to be. There we go. This story here, just seeing the outpouring of love and support for Charlie Kirk and his family over the weekend, not just here in the United States, all over the country, vigils are being held, but internationally. We're talking London. We're talking Seoul, South Korea. We're talking Sydney, Australia. These vigils popped up all over the world. It was amazing, and yeah.
I even seen a pastor in Africa just go off, just yelling about how this man, that he was killed for being courageous enough to speak on his faith. Yeah, it's so would you like me to read it, hon?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so from Reuters, at Australian and UK vigils, Charlie Kirk supporters say death won't kill his message. About 1,000 supporters of Charlie Kirk gathered in London on Friday night to mourn the murder of the conservative activist, hours after hundreds held a candlelit vigil in Sydney to keep his message alive. Kirk, a 31-year-old author, podcast host, and close ally of the U.S. President Donald Trump, was shot dead on Wednesday after he gave a talk to the University of Utah. The president has condemned the murder of this heinous assassination. Let's just see. Well, some people brought white and red flowers. The event did not have any speakers, but people in the crowd could be overheard discussing Kirk's views and remembering his most striking debates. So now, so this is in Australia, but I know in UK and London, they had speakers. I mean, they had some powerful voices speaking out, and they're going through a lot over there in UK. To
Yeah,
be
they
able to
are.
speak out over there is really powerful in this time right now. A march on Saturday organized by the prominent British anti-Islam activist Stephen Yaxley Lennon, also known as Tommy Robinson, is also expected to mourn Kirk. There's a quote here: "It shouldn't be that we live in a world where just for having an opinion you should be killed. I think that's abhorrent and a really negative turn for Western civilization." That was Isaac Grant, who was 22 years old, told Reuters. Turning Point Australia says it is licensed to use the Turning Point USA branding and shares, quote, "the same love for freedom" with the parent organization, but operates independently in terms of management and policy positions. And that's another thing too. Like, I went on TikTok a lot because I, like I said, my For You page is not something that, makes me upset or anything like that. Like, I see a lot of beauty, a lot of people that I follow that post some great stuff. And I seen not only just the vigils, but just individuals on there who were brought to tears because they're like, some of them are like, I didn't even know this man. I didn't watch one of his videos, but I just have this feeling inside of me that I can't stop crying. That there's just some kind of spiritual movement that they can feel that's going throughout the entire world. People that felt that can just kind of like, have this empathy of why he was killed, and somebody that was just preaching the gospel to people and trying to help these kids, break that out of that bubble, that indoctrination bubble, and he was killed for it.
That was from Soul. Where's some other ones in this tab? Look at this. Texas A&M. That must be 1,000 students in that square, at least. Here's one. Huntington Beach, California. Wow. That's California. That's amazing.
Yeah, there was a vigil in Long Island here in New York. There was on Saturday. There was vigil on Friday night in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was one in Manhattan. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. His impact extended to the opposite side of the planet. Yeah. And I really hope, and I think it did, I hope this all sparked something in everyone that we will refuse to be silenced anymore.
Alberta, Canada.
Who was telling us something about there was like 18,000 people signed up for Turning Point USA or something like that? I feel like it was in the Discord we were talking about it. I don't remember now.
Yeah, I think it was in Discord. There were like 18,000 new chapter applications have been brought in, mixed between college and high school chapters, mostly high school. And that's encouraging.
Yeah.
That's very encouraging. Dang it.
I mean, Gen Alpha might just save this country.
They might. They might.
Huntington Beach, California. That's insane.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, yeah, the Haka.
A full screen there.
Oh, I get the chills.
Be right back.
You just think the kind of like power and strength that they're displaying right here. I mean, basically, that's what Charlie did. He just exhibited that strength, but
Yes,
you know, he did it in a
absolutely.
different way. You know,
Well, oh, there's the haka again. The haka.
hmm I really hope that we see this kind of energy and you know, ambition and everything to like. I wanted to see it continue. You know, not taper off. I want everybody to keep this kind of like energy inside of them to just stop being silent, stop being afraid to talk about, you know, how you feel about things, stop being afraid.
Let's look at this crowd. This is London.
Christ is King! Christ is King!
Oh, wow.
Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King!
How do you follow that up?
I saw a video of some guy saying that he was at church and he said there was never he's gone to church for years and years. At that church there was never a line. There was a line to get into church this Sunday. Or people that say I haven't picked up a Bible in years. I hope I don't go to church and they, you know, they look at me and think I'm weird, or I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, and you know, people in the comments going, "Come as you are."
Right. Come as you are.
Aw, I said, "Love you, Brian."
Yeah, after she apparently I'm not a very good article reader. And
Aw, oh, I
So-
didn't read the. Thank you.
read the comment above that.
Oh my gosh. And you know what else too, Rick? Well, you said the left took his voice away, but you remember what I was telling you guys about the Mint Majesty tea with the 2 honeys? So people were making videos about how they were ordering it and they were giving the name Charlie in memory of him. And people in the comments said like he would say that he drank that so that way he wouldn't lose his voice. And people were basically saying, drink that so you don't lose your voice.
Man. I'm over here looking, scrolling through X on some more of these. Oh, this, oh, let me bring this one up. Let me bring this one up. And push that button right there. Look at that crowd.
Oh,
Oh, under London Bridge in Lake. Oh, this is Arizona. Dang.
oh, okay. I didn't know there was a London Bridge in Arizona.
Yeah, there's a London Bridge in Arizona. Figure that one out.
Yeah. We will carry on speaking forth the truth. Amen.
There it is. We're all Charlie. We're all Charlie.
That's how you remember him. And I think that's how he would have wanted to be remembered. By carrying on the torch, picking up that mic and continue on, nurturing these, you know, anybody who has the courage to stand up and go do what he did and visit these college campuses.
Right.
You know, even if it's something small, just by having like a private conversation with a friend of yours that, you know, seems to be, you know, lost. Just don't waste any moment that God has given you. You know, every day you wake up, it's a blessing. You don't, it, you know, it can happen any moment. And, you know, so if you're still with breath in your lungs and you wake up, find out what it is that you're supposed to do and try to do it as best as you can.
Absolutely. That's what Charlie would want us to do. He wouldn't want us to be afraid. But at least for my part, I don't leave the apartment unless I'm strapped
Maybe that's why I don't leave my apartment that often. But I did go walking. I woke up Sunday morning. My husband and I read the Bible.
Mhm.
Don't really do that. Haven't done that in a while. So we woke up, we read a couple of verses in Psalms, and right after I finished, he was like, reading to him. He said, "That was really nice. You want to go for a walk?" And I was just like,
Oh,
"Okay." And we went. It was a beautiful day, and just smelling the outside air, and just no phones, just looking around. Like sometimes I'll take my phone with me if I go for a walk so I could take nature pictures, but no phones, just conversations, walking through the neighborhood. There was this cute little dog on the sidewalk, and
get you a pair of these.
what's that?
These, the Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
Yeah.
Snap your pictures, whatever you're looking at.
Oh,
Snap your
cool. Yeah. I gotta check those out. But yeah, just saying hi to the neighbors and stuff like that. And it felt good. I mean, I couldn't breathe by the time I got home because we were like walking around, but it felt good. It felt nice. And that's kind of, I came home, I cooked, just listened to. I mean, I know I'm like talking a lot about faith, but
That's a
I
very
listen to
odd
people
comment
making
to make.
testimonials. What?
From Jennifer. What?
I don't know.
I'm not understanding.
Maybe elaborate, Jen, on that one. We won't read it until.
No, we're not going to read that one.
Oh, you saw the Yeah, Iris said she saw the videos too, of people getting his order, Mint Majesty with 2 honeys. I want to try it too. I gotta go. I haven't ordered. I usually I'll get Dunkin' because that's where my husband goes to get, or I'll make my own coffee. But yeah, Funk said Brian has the voice of an angel.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, Erin, I know. It's so crazy too. Like she said, someone get RFK Jr. some of that tea. Would love to listen to the man more, but it physically makes my throat hurt. Yeah, it's hard. When I used to listen to him in the beginning, I was just like, oh my goodness. It was like it hurt my heart just listening to him. Like, geez, it's like somebody's trying to choke him and he's trying to speak, and he what he speaks is so amazing, and it's really sad that you can barely understand him. But I think I've gotten used to it over time. Sometimes I'm listening to him for a while, and I barely hear it, or I probably do hear it, I just don't really notice it. But it's wild. Now I want tea. I know. Me too. I have tea, but I don't got any of that. Maybe I could just get the little tea bags instead of having, but I mean, it's cute to order. I don't know, whatever. I'm rambling.
Yeah, it is that time. And Aaron, I'm not sure if I've seen a lot of Nico stuff on my timeline today. So I don't know if I saw the one you are specifically referring to yet. Okay. So yeah, it's that time. I'm going to push the button.
I don't even remember the prompt for this, but maybe we'll just kind of leave it up here and see if people nail it. But
it came out of a FAFO Friday episode.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, if you're new to the show, this is Caption. This is a game we play at the end of every Sunset Rants show. We have an AI-generated image, and we asked you, the audience, please participate. Give us a funny caption, and then Brian and I will vote on the best one at the end. So let her rip, chat. No pun intended.
We've done this one before.
Really?
We did this Thursday? Hell, I've got a bad memory. Okay, fine.
Oh no, did you do it Thursday? I didn't get to watch Thursday.
Okay, so.
Oh man, now I want to know what the winning caption was. I'm gonna have to go watch it, I guess.
Let's see here. I'm going to image dump. I'll see if I can find one we haven't used yet.
Thank God for that Discord image dump.
Yeah. I know we've already done the drunk raccoon. Pretty sure we've already done Marvin the Martian playing the video game.
We
No,
did
we've
the
done
old
that. I
lady
know
with
we've
the
done
cat.
that. We've already done the stoner guy.
Aw, I'm just like looking through the dump. There's so many cool pictures in here.
I'm honestly getting to where I don't remember which one we used and which one we haven't before. Pretty sure we've done the dog father.
You did the cowboy on the pickle?
Did we do the cowboy on the pickle? I'll throw it up there and see if anybody
Chat will
calls
let us
me
know.
out. Chat will let us know.
It's got
Chad, have we
Ford
done
on
that
it.
one yet?
Aaron said if we can't find caption this, then Brian has to send us off with a song.
Well, there you go, chat. What do you do with this cowboy on the pickle? A Ford pickle, apparently. We have
Isn't it
done
crazy that pickle
Damn
looks
it.
delicious? Oh no!
it. Son of a gun.
Oh no, what do we do? I don't if we go any further back, I won't remember.
Yeah. Oh, screw it.
I'm trying to look. We don't have what's today, Monday? We don't have anything after.
No, we don't. We've got free reign. So
Okay, cool.
generate an image of.
Yeah, we do it live. Go ahead, Brian.
Generate an image of a football game. And where one team is made up of pickles and
the left
the-
took his voice away, but now getting over 10 million of him.
and the
Backfire
other
for the left.
team are carrots. See how fast Grok can give me an image with this. Okay,
It's a loading.
it's loading. Listen, Aaron, I'm not drunk enough to sing, okay? I'm just not. So I was trying to keep myself on an even keel to do the show tonight, on camera. So
AK, we're actually having to replace this one right now. We're doing a generation generate. What are we doing? We're generating an image. Brian is.
yeah, we're generating a new image, putting it in the dump. Okay, so this has never been captioned upon before. Brand new. I just generated it.
It's not even in the dump.
Let's see, it is in the dump. That's how I'm linking it back in here to the show. Well, there we go.
Oh my god, those hands are creepy. Okay, so here we go. A bunch of vegetables playing football.
Yeah, it is football season, so here we go.
True.
Vegan Farmers Meat Market. Okay. That's from Party.
Nice.
Now that we've got a proper image, I can go ahead and bring the chat back up. Yay!
trying to think. Vash says green 23, red 52. What bossed him here?
Not your average veggie tail. Okay, that's my favorite right now.
That's cute. Eric says pickleball pro ball.
Pickleball Pro Bowl.
I still don't understand that game, pickleball.
I don't get it either.
But to be fair, I haven't really like looked into it to see like what the rules are and stuff, but like I don't really understand it.
Oh, Rick. Oh, Rick. That's a little spicy.
Loser get pickles to life and death game. Just don't run backwards. Oh my gosh. This chat just took a turn.
It definitely did.
We started off so wholesome.
I'm waiting on Erica's spicy comment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's definitely brewing.
She's brewing it. I know she is. Pickleball Pro Bowl ain't it. That's not.
That's a warm up. Broccoli, celery, gotta be Veggie Tales.
Gotta be.
Pickle song. Oop. Click on things. Semi al dente.
I'm still leaning toward not your average veggie tail.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cute.
And I'll throw the image up one more time, hopefully to give you all some more inspiration.
Fuck.
You may know some. There it is. There it is. I see you, Aaron.
Fuck said I'll see myself out. Yeah, Aaron.
I'll honestly, I think that's your choices between Aaron with running up the center dill hole and Rebel with not your average veggie tail. And we'll run a poll. Vote 1 for not your average veggie tail. Vote 2 for run it up the center dill hole. We'll do this democratic like.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Yeah, sorry.
People are submitting.
Yeah. Votes are coming in. I'm going to vote for 1 as no.
Just a little spicy, Rick. Because remember, these are in the running to go on T-shirts. So we just a smidge.
Apparently, the AI decided to give the ball carrier hands made of breadsticks or something.
AK said, I didn't know that RFK Jr. owned a football team.
All right, so we've got 2 votes for 1, 1 for 2. No, we got 3 votes for 1.
Hardy. That's true. There was a lot of spicy ones, Jen. Do you know how hard it was to keep that PG?
I know. I'm tempted to change my vote to hers just for just out of appreciation. Because that was masterful, Aaron. That's masterful. I personally love it, but I decided we're going to do a little democracy around here tonight, and so far the democracy prefers rebels. So, not your average VeggieTale, I believe, carries the day.
All right, congratulations, Rebel. You've won Caption This for Monday night. Good job, and thank you everybody for for always hanging out with us, man. I just love this community that's like building and growing, and just seeing you guys just puts a smile on my face all the time. But yeah, and as always, of course, you can go right up and use that Q&R code. Never get it right. I will never get it right. Right up there. That'll bring you right to our website, riseupmiddleamerica.com.
I've had to train myself to muscle memory that.
I even like tell my self before I do it, and I'm constantly like, what is wrong? But yeah, you could see all of our recent videos that are posted for all the different shows. You can get our merch there, support the channel. You can get to all our socials. You can join the Discord, which you definitely should do. When we start doing more of like live call-ins. We've done it once already with FAFO, and that was really great. When we do the championship voting for the Caption This, we're going to be doing it through Discord. If you want to submit any Caption This photos for future shows, you do it in the Discord.
Erin just came in, or she texted me.
Oh,
she messaged me this on Discord.
Oh, well,
it's not overly spicy, but sadly the voting's already over. But this is a pretty damn good one. The only sports game Destiny would willingly play wide receiver.
The crazy part about that is it's not far off.
It's not far off. Yeah. Yeah, she DM'd that to me on Discord.
Oh my gosh. That's
Thank you for
great.
the laugh.
Yes.
I so sorely needed that. I felt like shit all day today. I've been over the sink puking and stuff coming out the other end all day today. I mean, I honestly felt like absolute garbage. But like I said, there are some things that I had on my chest, especially I wanted to address military members about. And I felt like I did that. And I may do a more in-depth on my own channel 5 points video or bullet points video addressing this. But
yeah.
I got
if you haven't seen that, you guys definitely follow him on X, Brian Tidwell 1, because he does his 5 points bullet points of Brian, and they're great. So if you give him a follow, turn on the notification bell, so whenever he does post, you'll get notified.
Not very regular about it. Yeah,
it's all right. But when you do, it's awesome. And you can follow me on X, Elizabeth213A, and of course you can follow the show at @RealRoma_AK. Just God bless you guys. Just go and just kind of think to yourself, like, how can I better myself? How am I going to be a part of helping to save this country, or even just your own family, if you want to keep it on like a small level, or your
right.
inner circle. Just something, anything. If you can, what did he say? And just don't come for me because I'm not really good at this, but just like kind of be salt, like be the change that you want to see, like make an impression. So, but yeah, I hope you all have a great Monday.
And Aaron, you don't need to fly up here and give me a hug. That last comment you DM me was enough. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, so, and don't forget, tomorrow night, Tay and D, right here, same time, same place.
and I'll be in my proper place off screen.
But have a beautiful night, you guys. Love you all. See you tomorrow.
Night, y'all. All right, my fucker lady, let's go.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.